Hi Peter, this is feedback for your task on coin and air power. I'm going to be talking about the structure of your text and about your organization of the information in paragraphs. So I'm going to be talking about the global level of your text, little tiny remark about the global level, which is kind of the word level, the very minute details of the text. I'm also going to be referring to the different templates, or the fact that there are templates for how you organize a paragraph. Look in my first PowerPoint presentation, the one that I showed you when we met the first time, if there's anything that doesn't make sense in what I'm saying. To begin with, before I do all that, I'd like to say that your English is pretty good. It's fluent, you've got good vocabulary, it's correct for the most part, very few instances of errors in grammar, vocabulary, etc. And you are able to convey what you want to convey, and you write with nuance, which is a very good thing. So there is a lot for you to build on, which is why I am focusing on the structure and paragraph organization, because that's something that you can improve on. Having said that, in terms of the structure, there are a lot of things that you do really well. Good introduction. Could be a little bit more specific in terms of what you're doing in the text, but it's there, and it's a very good thing that it's there, because it gives your reader an idea of what's going to happen. It shows that you have a deliberate idea of how to organize this text, and that gives you credibility. It makes you seem like you're in control, and it instantly makes you more of an authority when you write, that you've got this kind of framing of the text, that you consider your reader, and you're saying, I'm going to carry you through this so that you know what you're doing. This has to be followed up with what's called signposting, so that you show the reader, you sort of put into language, where am I in the text, and you create good transitions throughout the text. You also define what coin is, and then you have these subheadings that kind of tell me that what I'm supposed to be thinking as I read. I like that you use the kind of rhetorical questions. It's like a hook for the reader. You want to know what the answer is, and it gives me an idea of what's going to happen, what the content is, but it also gives me an idea of what is the issue here, what's at stake in this particular part of the text. And that really works well. Again, it gives you credibility. However, that was the good news. Here's a bit of bad news. Once you get into the body text, you have, in particular in the beginning of the text, way too much information all bundled up. You need paragraphs. You don't have them. You have one huge paragraph, and that is not good organization. So go back and look at the different types of kind of templates, skabeloner, that you can use for a paragraph. Because it's just too much information. There's no reader in the world who's not going to find that annoying. Okay? I read a lot of English, and I read, to be honest, a lot of shit English as well. So I'm used to reading English that doesn't always work very well. But you have good language and you have good skills, so you should be able to do this. You need one thesis sentence and then elaboration or support for that. Once you've done that, you create a new paragraph. You need at least 4 for the first section under the first subheading. And it kind of continues on. So you need to work on that for next time. And it's going to be quite easy, because it's just a matter of hitting enter. That's it. I think you write coherently, as I said earlier, and I think you write with your reader in mind, but you need that last focus on the paragraphs for this to be successfully a good text. You do have, or you don't have a standalone conclusion, but I do think that you conclude a lot along the way. I would though advise you, just so that no teacher can say that there isn't a conclusion, maybe to include a short summary of the main points that you've concluded along the way. I do think that it shows good kind of independent thinking, that you don't just present Warden, Pape, Mueller in their separate paragraphs, but you actually try and treat them in a more thematic way. I think that's a really good approach, because the other approach to it becomes just a little bit too simplistic, I think, and it doesn't give me enough information. So I like your thinking, but maybe try and sum up your conclusions just towards the end, because it leaves me thinking, okay, I now feel like everything is wrapped up. Otherwise, it becomes a little abrupt when you stop like that. The one thing I want to say on the very local level, the very minute level, is when you abbreviate, you do what is the correct thing. You write the whole thing out, and then you show what the abbreviation is, and then afterwards you use the abbreviation. Just be consistent. Every now and again, I think your sense of gravity is not spelled out completely, etc. So just be consistent and proofread your text before you hand it in. But outside of that, really good text. But remember to use paragraphs. That is the one thing I want to tell you, because it's just annoying if you don't. You don't want to be annoying. You want to be convincing, and you want to be an authority. And you are so close to writing a really, really, really good text. So just, write paragraphs. Okay? Anyway, if there are any questions, let me know either on email or when I see you on Friday. Okay, see you then. Bye.